guys, welcome back to my channel for another beauty related video. Today I'm so excited. I have a first impressions video for you of a brand new palette. Not a brand new palette to me, a legitimately brand new palette. I have today the Witch's Familiar, this beautiful palette, which is a collaboration between Fantasy Cosmetica and Battybean. I will have Battybean's YouTube channel listed below if you don't know who she is, but I highly doubt that that's an issue. She is a gorgeous, gorgeous woman. So not only is this my very first palette that I've ever gotten from a Battybean collaboration, and she has done at least a few that I am aware of, this is also my very first Fantasy Cosmetica palette. I have a lip oil from them and I have perfumes from them. Yeah, and I've never had a chance to try out their palettes. So I'm so excited. Let me tell you really quickly about this palette and then we'll get into my first impressions. I have opened it, but I have not swatched it or used it or anything. So of course I had to open it to make sure it looked good and it didn't come cracked, which is not an actual issue that I think is out there. It's just, I wanted to look at it. Okay, so like I said, this is the Witch's Familiar, and you have this beautiful, oh, look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Absolutely gorgeous. And then on the back, we have a little bit about the palette. I'm going to read it to you, if I can see it. It says, hide away and hide again from prying eyes and wicked men. In twilight's arms and cauldron's glow, we gather here where none may know. Our familiars, watchful, swift and sly, they guard the path with glowing eye. A silent pact our souls unite, our bond is sealed in deepest night. That is just so fun. So that's something that I actually really like about Fantasy Cosmetica, is that everything I've ordered from them has come with some type of thing like that. Like, it's a really fun little thing. So this is the outer package, and when you take that out, this is what the inside looks like. It matches this one here, but the back is different. So the back that I just read, the back on this has the information about like the pigments and stuff. Okay, so if you're wanting to keep that really cute little thing, you're going to want to keep that outer packaging as well. This is the color story. Look at that. That is so pretty. I am so excited to add this to my collection of Halloween palettes, which is pretty small, to be completely honest. But I am so excited. It does come with a mirror over here, which is a good size mirror. Now, like I said, I haven't swatched any of these, so I do not know how they perform. I do not know this formula. I am so excited to play with this, and I think I'm not going to swatch them before I use them. I think I'm just gonna go in fully blind and give my initial reactions to the formula and the palette. So there is one little nick in this one, this purple. And if you saw that or do see that later on, that is from me. I nicked it with my nail because it did come with a few of these like plastic, not plastic, I don't know, styrofoam protectors for some of the shades. And when I went to go take that out, I nicked the shade underneath it. So the shade names we have are going to be, let's see, we've got Potion, Moonlight, Feline, Hex, Cauldron, Oracle, Herbs, Coven, Altar, Tarot, Spells, and Chant. So this, I think, for a Halloween palette was really, really well done, theming wise, naming wise, and color story wise. I'm really excited to jump into this. So you want to see me make a look that I haven't even thought out? Let's do it. Let's go. Before we continue, I'm just going to say a couple words. When I ordered this with my own money, this was not PR. I do not get PR. Hopefully one day that'll change, but for now, I ordered this with my own money. I was so excited to do so. It did come with a little thank you note also. And currently for, I believe, the whole month of October, I apologize if I'm wrong about that, I believe any order over a certain amount comes with a free lip product. It'll either be one of their lip oils or their lipstick. But the other thing I wanted to say, if you are not new here, welcome. You don't know this, but everybody who isn't new here and who has been watching my videos, thank you so much, knows that I have been moving. So this background is yet another new background. And you're probably gonna see me jump back to the previous background from a different video as well. So this background is a work in progress, but I had to get this video up and I knew I don't have the time to finish this background. I also have an issue with lighting because in this move I have somehow misplaced the plug for my giant ring light and the plug for the matching light to the one I have set up right now. So I'm working with one light when I normally work with a minimum of 3 lights, and also one of the lights broke in this move, like just completely, it's gone. There's no fixing it. And no, I can't take the plug from that one for these other ones because they're all different. So I apologize. The lighting is not great. The sound, I hope is good because I tried to make that be the good thing, knowing that everything else wasn't gonna be. And then the background needs some work. So we're getting there. This is going to be my eventual permanent space, but I'll talk about that more in another video. Today's video, we are doing a makeup look using this beautiful palette. So I think for today, I am going to use mostly, if not only, the bottom row. So those are going to be the shades Tarot, Spells, and Chant. And it's going to be these reddish orangish ones. I am not somebody who uses those type of shades very often. The shades that I gravitate towards are definitely blues and greens, but that doesn't go with this palette at all. And then I am very familiar with purples, okay? So reds are out of my comfort zone. I do use a lot of oranges, and that's kind of close, but still reds just aren't something that I use often. So I'm going to challenge myself and I'm going to use this bottom row. So I'm going to start with putting on my Ace Beauté eyeshadow amplifying base. I have mine in light. I don't know if they still sell this or not. So I am doing my face after because I know that these types of colors, doesn't matter the formula, have a very strong chance of having fallout. So I want to do, this looks crazy. I want to do my face makeup after I've done the eyes. So I think I want that shade Tarot to be on the like center, inner, and kind of up. Did that make sense? I don't know. So I'm going to take that on a fluffy-ish brush. This one I think is a Crown. I don't think it says. No, it doesn't say. I don't know. But it's a clean brush. It's just stained. But it is a fluffier brush. Okay, so just barely tapping in, definitely some, it's called kickback in the pan. I'm gonna knock off as much of the extra as I can of the excess, and I'm going to start this kind of up here and around here, okay? I'm kind of using this sort of to set my my eyeshadow primer. Okay, so this is kind of why I don't use a lot of reds on me, because they always turn pink. And it's definitely probably turning more pink with the fact that my eyeshadow base is a slightly like, it's like a white or a cream undertone. So that's definitely probably part of it too. But I will say, as I am placing this and working with it more, I am still seeing a pink lean, but I am definitely seeing the red come out more. So when you first place it on, don't freak out if it's too pink, because if you work with it a little bit, it could definitely get to a color you're hoping for. So again, just trying to mimic it on the other side by gently tapping it. This has become the way that I've been putting on like darker shades lately, is just gently tapping back and forth when I am laying it down, and then I will like blend it out after. So this side, I don't know if I accidentally picked up more and like didn't tap off enough, but this side definitely is looking deeper red, which is fine. That's what I was hoping for. So I'm gonna have to go back to the other side and fix it up. Let me zoom you in just a little bit more so you can see a little bit better what I'm doing. Hopefully that's a better shot for you guys. Oh my gosh, those underlay eyes look crazy. All right, so actually looking on the camera, they look pretty even. So maybe it's just, you know, shadows because lighting. But now I'm going to gently blend it out a little bit more, doing a light circular motion. And don't worry, this is not the only blending I will be doing. All right, we're gonna leave that like that for right now, and we're gonna move on to that deeper red, which looks like in the pan it's gonna be like a reddish brown, maybe with a little bit of an orange undertone. I don't know, we'll have to see. It is called Chant, and it is right there. See, from the camera, I feel like this was supposed to be a little bit orange leaning, but it definitely went on me very pink leaning. So we'll see what happens with this deeper one. And this is normal for me. Reds always pull super pink for me. So I am using a denser brush for this. It is just a Moda brush, the smoky eye version. I believe I got this at Walmart. I actually kind of really like this brand. It's an inexpensive brush brand that I feel has held up well and has unique brushes in them, not just your basic everyday brushes. So this one is very stubby, and I've been using it for like outer corner deepening. So I picked up the Chant, I tapped it off, and we're gonna stab. We're gonna tap it on to the inner corner here, because that's where I want to darken the most, and I'm gonna stay mostly on the lid to start, and then I might slowly work it up. We'll see. So tapping it on. Oh, that is beautiful. Okay, that is definitely pulling very much a brown with a reddish undertone on me. And honestly, I think that works so well. Oh, that is beautiful. Wow. Okay, so I have been tapping it on, and I've been tapping it up a little bit into the lighter red that we did, and I definitely feel like I need to add more, because while I like where it's placing, it's not like fully covering, and that is probably not the formula. That's probably just my application of it, because I do tap so much off because I'd rather build it up. So I'm gonna go back in, tap it off again. That is laying beautifully. Oh my goodness. Okay. Now that I have it kind of all where I want, I'm gonna blend it a little bit, like smudge it into the crease back here, and make sure that I also have it coming down as far as I want it to and as deep as I want it to be, okay? Also pushing into it and up. And with this particular brush, I don't really blend. So I'm very careful not to blend, because it doesn't work great. It tends to make things look very muddy. So be careful not to blend if you're using a really dense, smaller brush like this. That is not the one you want to use for that. This is placement and pushing it in. I'm going to come just a little bit further into the center. Okay. And then I'm going to come underneath a little bit, because I am going to want this color to come down here. You know, I keep looking over here. It's because that's where my mirror is. I'm working on things. You know what? Let's see. Can I move this here? It kind of shows a little bit, but then I might be able to see. Okay, we're learning together, right? Okay. That is actually beautiful. And the more I play with it, and the more I blend it out how I want it, the deeper it's becoming and the more of that red is coming out. So I'm very happy about that. It's really pretty. Okay, I am going to actually deepen it more. I want this to be more smoky. There we go. That's the deepness I was looking for. Now I'm gonna blend these a little bit because like they're looking really good together, but I want to blend out the top a little bit, and then I want to kind of blend them together a little bit before I put on my shimmer. Now, the top is currently a pretty stark look, so blending this is going to take a minute. I'm going to try to blend it with just the brush and nothing else, but if I end up needing something else, I will probably use like a very, very light, pretty close to my skin tone color. We're going to try with just the brush. So this is just a tapered blending from the Roost. I think that's how it says. When you're blending, if you feel like your brush is just getting too much on it, you can always just clean it off. There's different tools to switch between, but if you don't have any of those types of tools, you can literally just use it on a clean paper towel, okay? And it's not going to be cleaning it, but it's going to help get that excess off that maybe is building up on your blending brush. Once that is blended to how you want it, I'm going to go ahead and blend these a little bit together so that they are not as harsh looking against each other. So these mattes I feel like are performing very well. Like I said, they do pull more pink, at least the brighter red definitely pulls more pink on me, but that is very common for me. But as far as the formula and the feel of the mattes, I feel like they work really well. They blend out beautifully. There was absolutely no patchiness, which is, you know, should be the standard. And I'm really happy with them. Now I'm going to do the sparkle, and I think I'm going to do the sparkle just in what is left, which is that inner corner to the middle. Okay, now I have to decide if I'm going to use my finger or a brush. I think I'm going to use a brush this time. So I'm going to use the also from Roost. I hope I'm saying that right. This is their concealer brush. I don't think I have a smaller one right now that is dense. I really want this to be dense, so I'm going to use this one here. And I'm going to get out a setting spray. Okay, so to start, I'm going to put on the NYX glitter glue just where I'm hoping to place the Spells shade. And then I'm going to start by tapping this on into the places that I want it to go, which should be everywhere that the glitter glue is placed if, you know, it went down right. Oh, that's beautiful. That is a beautiful shimmer. Oh, wow. Okay. I do wish I had used a smaller brush though. It's okay, I'm gonna make it work. Okay, I definitely went back in with just my finger and put a little bit on again. And now I'm taking that blending brush again and just blending that in to the look on this top area. Then I'm going to go back in with that deepest brush and kind of use it as a blending to kind of blend the shimmer and the dark shade together. Guys, that is a beautiful shimmer. So I feel like it is pulling orange. So in the pan it looks very red. On my eyes, at least with the stuff I already have in my eyes, it is pulling like ish reddish orange, and I freaking love it. Absolutely love it. That is beautiful. Let me go finish up the face makeup, and then I will be back to give you my final thoughts. Here is the final look. Yes, I put on a black lipstick. It's the NYX Lingerie XXL liquid lipstick in the shade Naughty Noir. I don't know if I said that right, but I've had this for a while and I've only used it a few times, so I was like, this is the perfect look. And honestly, it worked great because it really makes the eyeshadow pop, I feel like, at least. So let's talk about my first impressions of this palette. I love it. I love it. I am so excited to keep playing around with it, to try out the rest of the colors, the rest of the shimmers. This really cool shimmer right here that I'm just like, what is that? So I am very excited for this. This is available now on the Fantasy Cosmetica website. I don't remember how much it is. And like I said at the beginning, for October, it would come with either a lip oil or a lipstick, or I don't think they have any other formulas for lip products. And it's a beautifully done palette. I think the formula is really, really good. Like, I did not have any issues with the mattes. I did not have any issues with that shimmer. The only thing that I said, which is not at all their problem, is that on me, reds tend to pull pink. I do feel like the fact that I brought in deeper blushes really helped to bring it out more, so it does look more red than it was. The black also helped. So you can kind of play around with it to get the colors that you're closer to the colors you were hoping for your skin. I think it is a beautiful palette and I cannot wait to continue to play with it. This formula has definitely made me want to pick up more from Fantasy Cosmetica, and I think this was the perfect palette to add to my Halloween palettes collection. And I'm very excited for this. I'm so glad that I picked it up. So if you enjoyed this video, if you enjoy first impressions of eyeshadows or just makeup in general, leave me a comment, hit that thumbs up, and make sure you subscribe so you don't miss my next videos. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in a video very, very soon. Bye-bye.